Anti-FPL freak here. Game week 24 wasn't the best for Clapped FC. Coutinho actually managed to score a goal against Arsenal of all teams, whilst our transfer Jorginho got an FPL assist in the dying minutes versus Villa. I still believe Jorginho is a good anti-FPL player, so we'll just take this one on the chin. The rest of the team blanked, which is always nice to see, other than Senesi, who kept the clean sheet against Wolves. Salisu didn't play, however, which is worrying. I don't think he'll start in game week 25, but I have other issues to address, such as Serge Aurier, who's now injured. At least we're still 24th in the league, and I'm really gunning for that top 10 finish this year. We're about 30 points off, so I think it's doable. Jordan Ayew has been absolutely killing it since we've transferred him in, blanking in every game, whilst Richarlison and Vardy continue to do absolutely nothing. Lovely. I'm really considering a wild card, but I don't have a bench boost planned yet, and I want to take some time to work it out so it makes sense. So I think for this week, we just have to sort of sit and pray. One player I'm actually quite afraid of is Dwight McNeil, who's probably going to get a double-digit haul or something. Even Andy from Let's Talk FPL brought him in, so I'm actually shitting myself. Anyways, let's look at game week 24 and some of the interesting scores around the league. There were actually a lot of big scores this week, so I don't feel quite as bad about my own score. Let's mourn for some of these teams. This team had an absolute shocker, finishing with 66 points. They did play their bench boost, but got quite unlucky as both Sonny and Salah actually returned this week. 15 points from Coleman as well, who scored a goal and kept a clean sheet, while Bazunu kept a clean sheet against Chelsea. This is just some brutal stuff. Ecrium's Warrior also got extremely unlucky and captained Coutinho, which is something I was considering too since Villa were playing Arsenal. Return from Bazunu and Ream also hurt them. Yes, Ndidi here finished with 61 points, with Emerson Royale getting a massive 15-pointer, and their captain Janelt scoring in injury time for 14 points here. This is anti-FPL nightmare fuel. Anti-Blue Dwarf got very unlucky, as they had their captaincy on Salisu, but he didn't end up playing, which meant their vice-captain Bazunu got captaincy, and returned 18 points. Cameron Diaz had the boys from Merseyside punish them, with Trent and Tarkowski returning big, as well as Neto getting a massive 10 points. On the other side, Jov had an absolute masterclass, getting 15 points this week, with the highlight definitely being Emi Martinez, who got -3 points. They also had the likes of De Bruyne, Sterling, and Haaland. When Fred is the player that got you the most points in the game week, I think you've had a good one. Up is Down has a very solid team with blanks and substitute appearances all over the place, finishing with 16 points. And Dono Cabano, who's still sitting pretty at the top of the league, had a good week with 25 points on their wildcard. I think they're slowly but surely straying away from the rest of the pack, and is definitely the title favorite this year. Well played. For our own team in game week 25, I brought in Aguerd for West Ham to replace Aurier. Someone also mentioned in the comments that Jacob Murphy would be a good player to bring in, and he definitely does get consistent one-pointers as he comes off the bench almost every game, which is what we like to see. But the problem is he's only worth 4.2 million, which is really not covering a lot of budget for the midfield position. As you can see in my midfield position, most of my players cost almost 1 million more. So if I were to bring him in, I'd have to make an upgrade somewhere else to stay within the budget rules. Anyways, this is our team lining up for game week 25, and thank you for watching.